What is happening, YouTube? This week, well, it's only Tuesday, but it has been a really good week for me, sports wise. Yesterday, my favorite player, Gigi Jackson, he went off. He went berserk. 23 points, 6 for 9 efficiency. Was a beautiful night. It definitely sparked up my agenda. Felt so happy. And now, tonight, the Clippers, which is my team. Um, they dominated. They dominated the Oklahoma City Thunders, and the Thunders, they're a pretty good team, man. They always kept fighting. They were hitting shots. They played pretty hard on defense. It's just the Clippers. They played harder. Paul George, that dude's a monster. That dude's a monster. All right, 38 points. That is insane. Um, the Thunders, they have you know, they have all around players. J Dub, he was the guy for tonight. Shea Alexander, only 19 points. Um, Usually this guy would always drop 30 points, this, but tonight this was not his game. But Shea, he's a fantastic player. But going back to the Clippers, Paul George, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and pretty much dropped the 40 bomb and 50% from three. Kawhi Leonard, you know, he had a low scoring night. He only took 10 shots, but he got 16 points, so it was a pretty good efficiency. 6 rebounds, 6 assists, um, 1 block, 3 turnovers. Mason Plumlee, welcome back. He did pretty well. 100% from the field. 14 points, 5 rebounds, which was, a little low, but it's all good. It was his first game back, I believe. That, him actually playing big minutes. 3 blocks, which is pretty good. This dude's been hustling. He was hustling all around too. Shout out to him. James Harden, he was on fire. Um, Defense could use some work at times, especially, especially like um, the opposing teams are just hitting threes, and I felt like that one play, especially when Jalen Williams he got a dunk. I felt like Harden could have tried to move a little quicker, try to put up a fight and all that. But other than that, his scoring night was you know pretty solid. 16 points. He got 5 rebounds and he got a lot of assists. His playmaking though definitely has been elite for the Clippers. Like Russell Westbrook, he pushes the pace. He's an elite playmaker in his own rights, but Harden, he's slower, but he could be more accurate at times. But nevertheless, this team has been rolling. Terrence Mann, fat shout out to Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann, like I said, December it was so ugly for him. He was looking very awful, but now he's stepping up. 3 for 6. Um, he had 1 3. He does good old typical role player stuff. He's kind of like our glue guy. Always been pretty solid for the Clippers. Um, and his defense today was pretty good. He was showing a lot more hustle, and 4 assists, 3 boards, 2 blocks. Gotta love that. 1 block on Chet Holmgren too, I believe, which was pretty cool. Daniel Tice, he did his thing. 8 boards, um, 9 points, and he even hit a three. Um, Daniel Tice, that guy has been such of a good pickup, man. Such a good pickup. Russell Westbrook, shout out to Russ too, man. Um, 4 for 8. Um, Unfortunately, was 0 for 3, but he did other things to do well. Um, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, 11 points. Yeah, he had 2 turnovers, not too bad. Um, and he had that one insane putback dunk. Like Russ, he does so much things that is like amazing for the Clippers. And when you need a momentum spark, Russell Westbrook, he does it. He does it. Um, I'm pretty grateful that he's a Clipper. Um, Amir Coffey. Amir Coffey, man, he's hooping too. He's hooping as well. 3 for 4, pretty efficient. Um, he's been hitting his threes. 9 points, 3 rebounds. He did his job. Pretty solid. Like a pretty solid wing, pretty solid role player. I'm kind of like filling the role how Nick Batum was. He's been solid. Um, I know some Clippers fans. I heard they want to like make a trade for Dorian Finney-Smith or something, but I've seen Dorian Finney-Smith a decent amount of times when he was a Dallas Maverick, but I feel like Amir Coffey is providing the same role how Dorian Finney-Smith was. So, um, and I heard he's pretty expensive too. So I don't know. We'll see what happens when the Clippers make a trade. Um, Norman Powell, he's 2 for 10. Wasn't his night. He went to the line at times. Um, 8 points, 1 steal, 1 key steal, so that's pretty good, and 1 assist. Um, was not his night, but the Clippers won nevertheless. Um, but Norman Powell, especially when he's on, it's amazing. But unfortunately, it was not his night. But let's go to the Oklahoma City Thunders. Chad Holmgren, definitely a bad game for him. 2 for 10, and got to consider the fact that Zubac was not playing. Imagine if Zubac played though, because Zubac he's been on a tear. And when Zubac was out, I thought the Clippers might have like it would have been like a struggle for the Clips, but nah, we still doing good. Um, but Chet Holmgren, yeah, not the best game for him, but he's a pretty talented player overall. But not his night. 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block. Um, Jalen Williams, J Dub, he did pretty good. 10 for 14, 7 assists, 3 boards. Pretty efficient night from him. 25 points. And Shea, yeah, he's been dominant this season. It was just one bad game, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for the Clippers. Josh Giddey, Josh Giddey, 4 for 9, um, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Um, he did all right. Um, we've been Clippers fans was booing him like crazy because his allegation of sleeping with the minor, which is pretty good because those actions should not be taken lightly. Lou Dort, 6 for 10. This dude was hitting his shots, man. 5 for 8, 6 for 10. He was strictly scoring this time. Pretty good game from him. Um, Williams, 1 for 4, 6 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Um, you know, he did pretty solid on the rebounding end. Isaiah Joe, Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, and Miss uh, Misic, I can't pronounce his name. They did pretty solid, especially Isaiah Joe. Isaiah Joe, he's been clutch for the Thunders for this game especially. That guy, he kept the Thunder so close, man. Like it looked like he was about to, like like beat the Clippers because Isaiah Joe, he was hitting his shots. 5 for 6, that's amazing. Casey Wallace, he played some minutes, 5 points, 2 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. I like from what I've seen from him. Um, when he was with Kentucky, he was a pretty good player. Um, he's definitely going to be a pretty good player within the future. Um, his game kind of reminds me of like a Drew Holiday type. Um, pretty solid player. Um, the Thunders, they got a bright future. They got a bright future. Um, and they're definitely gonna be said to be a insanely good team. Um, the Clippers, they just dominated, and it's pretty amazing to see. And a lot of people, they want to, um, make fun of the Clippers for trading for Paul George. Um, Oklahoma City of Thunders, of course, they got the upper hand. They got the best value possible. Um, but people act like the Clippers got like they were the dumbest team possible. And I criticize the Clippers a lot, especially with some of their decisions. But the Paul George trade is not one of them because um, they need to do whatever possible to get Kawhi, Kawhi Leonard to come to the team. And um, it sucked that Shea got traded. Would have been nice if Kawhi Leonard chose to join the Clippers with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and could have kept the picks and all that. But um, but you gotta do what's best. And at least Paul George is loyal. Paul George is loyal to the Clippers, and I'm sure he's gonna get an extension just like Kawhi Leonard. And Paul George, he dominated. He dominated. Like he showed people that he's not washed. That he's still a superstar. Like Paul George is a complete player. He does not have any like basketball weakness, except when he has his off nights. But lately, he's been dominating. Like it's just amazing to see. But anyways, thank y'all so much for tuning into this video, and pretty beautiful to see how this team is just flat out dominating. And what's crazy is the trade deadline is kind of getting close. I believe it's in like the second week of February, I believe. And man, let's see what the Clippers do. Or if the Clippers don't do anything, that's fine because the Clippers are just dominating. But anyways, I'll end this video. Have a good night and peace.